Hi everyone, in this video we're going to go over how to set up products on the Wix platform using Wix Stores app. So Wix Stores is free to use until you start actually hosting your site and wanting to accept payments. The actual Wix Stores app is free to use, and once you have it installed on the site, what you want to do is come down to your dashboard and then start adding and editing products. You can add products that are physical, so things that are tangible, like items that would need to be delivered or collected, and you can also sell products that are digital, so things like ebooks or PDFs, videos, things like that. If those are all also products that digital products that you want to sell, you can set up those as digital products, and those can be sort of downloaded immediately by the customer. It won't be something that you need to set separately, so it's very handy in that way. What you want to do is when you're on your dashboard and when you have the Wix stores installed, you can see there's a tab here for store products, and it's using the store products tabs where you'll manage all of your products. So if you click into that, you'll see the products dashboard, and this is essentially where all of the products that you have on your site, whether they're visible on your site on the shop page or not, they'll all be displayed here, and then it gives you kind of a quick overview as well, like the name, the type of product, price, things like that. So to add a new product, what you want to do is go into the products tab and click add new product, and from there you'll be given an option and if you want a physical product or a digital file. So Wix gives you the option to basically sell to two different kinds of products. So physical products being something tangible, something that you would need to post out or they would need to collect. Things like t-shirts, accessories, food, anything like that, anything where it's a tangible item, you want to make sure that then you add it as a physical product. And the other option then is a digital file. So these are things like images, any video files, PDFs, ebooks, things like that. Things that users, once they buy it, it's something that they download and nothing that needs to be like shipped out or anything. This is really good if you do have maybe like PDFs or ebooks that you want to sell, and what happens is when someone buys the product, instead of you having to manually send that product to them, they get sent the product automatically through an email, so you don't need to worry about sending anything separately. So depending on what kind of file or what kind of product that you want to do, you just need to select that from there. For now we'll do physical product, but I'll show you how to add a digital product as well afterwards. So you click on physical product, and then it'll show you sort of like the blank back-end version of the physical product, and you just go through each field and just type in all the product information. So the first thing you want to type in then is the product title. So if you're selling food, if you're selling clothes, things like that, you just type in the name of the product, and this is what users will see on the front end as well as the name of the product. And then the next thing then you want to add is the images, and these are basically the product images. So you want to make sure you pick good images that kind of accurately display what the product is. To do that, you just click on add images, and it'll open up the Wix media library. With the Wix media library, you can upload your own files. You can also use media from Wix. This would be better to use, I guess, if you're setting up new pages and you need some placeholder content. For product images, you want to make sure that you're using images of the actual product itself, just so then users know exactly what they're buying, especially for things like clothes, because they tend to be, the more accurate that they are online, like the photos, the less chance there are for any returns that someone might need to make. And you can add images as you want. Obviously it's good to match as many products as you have, but for Wix, the max images that you can add to each product is about 15. And what you can also do is add videos as well. So if you have a product video that kind of maybe describes the products or shows the products being worn, you can also add that as well. And the next thing that you want to do then is the product information. So these are things like basic information like the woolly hat, the name, and the description. So the description will show on the product page itself, and you want to make sure you keep the description as accurate as possible. So if it's a clothing item, then you want to make sure that you're writing about like size, dimensions, material, things like that. Just keep it as accurate as possible to minimize the chance of returns. And then the next thing then you can add is a ribbon, as ribbon text basically, and what that is just a little label that gets added to the product on the product page so that it kind of stands out a bit. So if you have the label as new arrival, then the little label will show up on the product itself and it will say new arrival, or if it's like a sale product or bestseller, something like that, just something to kind of make this specific product stand out and increase your sales for it. But whatever it is, you just need to type in that information here and then just type in the description here. Within the description as well, you can sort of bold and italicize certain text. You can format it with the formatting options here, and you can also change the color of it. Just as a reminder, so on the single product page, you can design that how you want, and that means also when you're adding in the description text, you can set that to any color that you want on the single page on the front end. But you can also change it here if you need to, and then you can also link as well. And the other section then is additional info sections. So basically additional info sections allow you to add other sections to the single product page and kind of highlight those areas. So if you wanted to add another section, for example, delivery methods for this specific products, or how to care for your products, it'll show up in its own section with its own title. So whatever title that you give it, so for example, how to care for your product, that'll show up as a new section on the single product page, and then you would just type in the information, whatever it is, in the description here. And same as the description field above, you can format it in any way you want. You can add links and things like that. And you can add a few more info sections if you wanted to. It's just a bit more information that you can add that kind of stands out from the previous description. The next thing you want to add then is the pricing. And depending on how you're selling this product, this could be done differently. So if this is a product that only has one, that you can only buy in one way, so maybe it's one size, one color, then it'll only have one price. So we'll just set it to whatever price it is. If it's a sale product, you can click on sale, and instead of typing in you can either type in what the sale price is, or you can type in what the discount is. So if it's a 10% discount, it'll automatically calculate the sale price, or you can do a pound discount as well. So depending on what kind of discount it is, you can just type in what the discount amount is, and it'll show up on the site as a discounted item and whatever the discount is. You can also show the price per unit, so that allows customers to see the price based on fixed amounts of it. So if you click on that, they can see how much it would be to buy a certain amount of product basically. And the other thing then is the cost of goods and the profit margin, and this is more for back-end use. So if you know how much it is to cost, it is costing you to make this product, it'll calculate sort of the profit and margin for you. And again, this is just for back-end use, so this isn't something that your customers will see, but it just means later on, whenever you're doing any kind of reporting features on this, it'll kind of give you an indication of how much profit you're making per item, but your customers won't see this. The other thing with the pricing then is sometimes you can sell a product but it has different size options or different color options or different basically attributes that people can select, and maybe those attributes have different pricing. So Wix allows you to make basically different options for a single product, and then allows you to price them and stock them individually. So for example, say this hat, if it comes in maybe 2 different colors, in black and white, what we need to do then is set the base pricing, and then we need to come down to product options and click add options, and you want to type in what the option name is. So if it's a color option, if it's a size option, if it's a weight option, whatever option it is, you can type in the name. Wix already have size and color sort of set up, but you can also, but if the option isn't either of those, you can just type in your own one. For this example, we'll just use color. And then once you've typed in what the option is, then you need to type in what the actual options are. So we'll say black, and we'll also say white as the color options. If the color options that you that is listed in Wix isn't on it, you can also just type in your own color option as well, just by typing in the color option and then clicking the enter sign. This part here, this is useful if you are showing color options, because you can show the option as colors, so it'll show up with the actual colors, and then you can also just give it the exact hex code if you have it, or RGB code if you have it, or you can just have it shown as a list. It won't show the color previews. We'll just leave it to color, and then click on add. So now we've got the 3 color options. One thing you can do is connect images to each color option. And this is really useful, I think, for users. So what happens is, when someone sees the 3 different color options and they click on, say, the purple color option, it'll automatically change the main product image to whatever product image that we add. So you would need to obviously add all the product images first. So for this example, we'll just add any image here. And you can see now, so when someone clicks on the purple color option, it'll automatically change to this color that we've, this image that we've seen. So they know exactly what each color would look like, because the image is connected to it. And you can do that. It doesn't have to be just for colors. If you added in like a size option, if you added in a weight option, whatever it is, you can connect images to each option type, and you can connect up to 15. So it's up to you how you want to use that. And the next thing then is you want to manage the pricing and inventory, because obviously sometimes the pricing for one option might be different, and maybe the stock for one option might be different, so you want to make sure that you can manage those individually. So to do that, you just want to click onto the toggle here, manage variants, and you can see the 3 different variants that we have. We have the black, white, and purple. And as you remember, so at the top we set the base pricing, so we'll remove on sale for now. We set the base price as 12. And when we come into manage variants, we need to just add in the price difference. So you don't add what the actual price is, you just add the difference. So for example, if the black hat is £5 more expensive than the base price, then we add 5 as the price difference, and you can see that's automatically changed the black price to 17. If the white option is say £2 less than the base price, then instead of adding in just normally, what you do is type in minus and then 2, and then you can see now that the price for the white variant is £10 because it's taken away 2. If the price of an option is the same as the base price, then you just add no difference, so you just leave it as 0 and it'll just stay the same as the base price. So just to clarify, again, you don't type in the actual amount, the cost of the variant, you just type in the cost difference based on what you've added in the base price here. And the other things you can do then is set their own cost of goods. So if it costs more to make the black one, by placeholder, it'll just automatically take what it actually costs in wherever you type in here. But if not, then you can also just type in the actual cost of goods. But again, that's not going to show on the front end. Customers won't see it, it's just for yourself. And then you can also type in individual SKU numbers. And the other thing you can do is change the status of the items, so whether they're in stock or out of stock. And if you want to be really specific, what you can do is track inventory. So instead of it saying in stock or out of stock, instead of you marking it as in stock or out of stock, you can just click track inventory, and you can actually give individual inventory numbers for each product. So you can add different stock quantities for the product, and you'd know yourself exactly how many of each product is left, and that way people aren't sort of overbuying or buying more than what you have. And it just means then you don't need to come in and keep track of what products are still in stock, what products are out of stock. You can just type in the exact amount, or the exact amount that you have, or the exact amount that you're wanting to sell, and then leave it like that. The other thing then you can do is the shipping weight, and this might not show on to customers, but what it'll do is it'll give a weight to each of the product variants, and it just means then when it comes to delivery, you can charge a different amount for certain products that weigh over certain amounts. So this might not be useful for clothing, but maybe if you're shipping something extremely heavy, if you're furniture, if you're shipping furniture, for example, certain furniture might cost more to ship. So what you can do is you can add shipping weights, and then you can set up a rule that says if the product that they're buying weighs over a certain amount, then you can set a different price for that. So to do that, you just need to make sure that you add the shipping weight to the products. If not, if shipping weight isn't something that is going to cause any issues with delivery or anything like that, then you can just leave it blank. It's optional. So the other thing then is the visibility. So this is basically an option to allow you to hide a certain variant from the store. This might be useful if you're wanting to keep the variant on the back end, but maybe that variant isn't ready to be displayed yet, or you're not wanting to sell it yet. Instead of just removing the variant entirely, you can just hide the visibility. And that means then you don't have to remove the variant completely, you can just hide it, and then when you're ready to display it in stores again, you would just uncheck that to show the variant in store. Once you're happy with that, you just click apply, and that's essentially the product options set up here. To go back one, you can add something called custom text. So this will be good for products where you're offering some kind of customization. So for example, say for this hat, for example, if it's an option for people to maybe embroider their names onto it, you can offer that. You would obviously need to know what it is that you're adding onto the hat. So what you can do is you can add custom text field, and you can type in the name of it. So what name would you like on the hat? To give it a prompt basically, so people know what to type. And you can give it a character limit as well if you know how much space there is to write. That way people aren't adding in a completely long name or anything like that. And you can set it as a mandatory field. So if you know that this is a product that has customizations like that, you can make this a mandatory field so they can't place an order without typing in something in the field. If it's an option, then you would just uncheck that. This is useful if you are adding sort of customization options to your product, because it means they can do it while they're making an order and you don't have to chase up via email if they don't. And you can add sort of different kind of text fields if you want. I think there's a limit of 2, so you can have two customizations for each product that you have. The next thing then is pre-order. So this is just allowing whether or not you want to allow your customers to buy this product before it's released or when it's out of stock. This can be good for really popular items that maybe go in stock quickly or out of stock quickly, but you know you can get them back in, so it allows them to kind of pre-order. You would just switch that on and then fill in the details below. So there's a message that shows up, so tell customers when this product will be shipped or delivered. So this is essentially what the preview is for now. This product is currently in stock. It will be available for pre-order if it goes out of stock. And then you can set a pre-order limit as well. So if you're not wanting more than 50 people to pre-order the product, then you can just set that limit to 50. And if not, you just untoggle that and just leave pre-order the way it is. The other thing you can do is set up a subscription. So this will be good for products that maybe people will buy on like a monthly basis. Things like subscription box, where every month they get like a box of food or a box of clothes items, things like that. And you could set up a subscription, and that'll take payment from your customers on a monthly basis, or any kind of recurring basis that they can manage within their account. If you wanted to do that, you would just click on the create a subscription product, and then you would just give a subscription info. So for example, if you do say have the month, and you can give it a tagline, so subscribe and save 15%, or any kind of tagline that it is. And then this is where you fill in the actual subscription details. So maybe if it's a monthly product, you do repeats once every month. If it's a bi-monthly product, then twice every month. If it's once a year, 2 years, things like that. And when it expires, so maybe it's something that expires after a certain number of times, so a certain number of billing cycles, or if it's something that doesn't expire until someone were to cancel their account. And things like that. And then you can also add a discount, so you can offer a discount on the regular product price for customers who purchase this product. So basically, if you say maybe a 5% discount, it just means then people can enjoy this product either they can buy this product as a one-off, or they can set up a subscription, and then get a discount if they were to add it as a subscription. So again, this will be good for kind of subscription boxes for like food or clothes, coffee, things like that. And then you can choose if you want to offer this product as a whole as subscription only, or if they can buy a subscription or as a one-time purchase. So there's a lot of flexibility there. And if you don't want that, then you can just delete the subscription and just leave this as a one-off product. And the other thing that you want to do then is these two boxes here. So this checkbox, show in online store. This is good if you're wanting to set up a product that's not ready to be purchased yet, so you don't want it to be shown on the site, but you don't want to, delete the product or manually have to add everything all over again. You can just have the product with all the information ready, and then once you're actually ready, all the information ready, to uncheck that, and then once it's actually ready, then click on show in inline store. That way you can have the product details all ready, and then once the product itself is actually ready to be purchased, you would just click on a few buttons. You just click on show in inline store, and then it's ready for users to display. So it allows you to kind of prepare the product at least without having users see it before it's actually ready to be paid for. The next thing then is categories. So you can organize your products into different categories. Wix also call these collections, in case you're not seeing that. But what that means is you can set up different pages. So you can have a page for clothing, a page for ebooks, a page for food, whatever it is that you're selling, and then display those pages on your website so people can navigate your website a little bit better. If they're going onto your website and they know they just want to look at clothing, they can just go on the clothing page and it'll just show products that are associated with the clothing category. It also means on the shop page you can add different filters to allow users to see and explore your products a lot more easily, because they can filter by different categories. So these are categories I've already added. If there's a category that's yet to be added that you need to add, you just need to click on create category and then just type in the name of the category. Whatever it is, you just type in the name of the category and just click yes, and then just assign the product to that category. You can assign a product to more than one category, so if it's clothing and winter wear, if it's also part of accessories, you can. It depends on where you want that product to show on your website. And then you want to make sure then that you're adding the SEO settings as well. So if you click on edit SEO settings, so you might need to save first, so we'll just save this product. And click, if you've been taken back to dashboard, just click back into the product that you were just working on. And you can see, so edit SEO settings, and it'll show you the SEO settings currently for this page, for this product. So this is the preview on Google. This is what Google will see if the product comes in your search results. So you've got the name of the product and the name of the site. URL slug is fine. It usually just takes the product your name as a URL, and then you have the title tag, which is the name of the product and the site. What you can do then is, if you wanted to add maybe the location of your business, you can. That's good for Google as well, so then they know exactly where you're based, and it just means then if people who are also based here are more likely to find your product then. You can add basically to that as well. And then the next thing then is the meta description. So right now the meta description is blank, but you can add the name of the description of the product as the meta description. So really kind of describe this product and maybe your site a little, and that way people know, once it's on the Google search results, people can see what this product is about without clicking onto it, and whether or not it's something that they're looking for. And it also means Google knows exactly what this product is about as well. And then you can click on the social share tab and see how it looks on social media, and things like that. So once you're done with the social, with the SEO settings, you can just click save. Other things you can do is the fulfilled by section. So this is if you're connecting it to a third-party fulfillment service. If not, it'll just mark yourself as the fulfilled by, so self-fulfilled. And the other thing you can do is type in the brand name. So if it's a branded product that you're selling, you can type in the brand name, and that might help your SEO visibility a little bit on site engines. If people are searching for a particular brand, then your site knows that your website does have products that have that particular brand, so you can add that there. And yeah, so that's the product setup, and you just want to click save to save all your changes. So that's how you add a physical product. If you wanted to add a digital file, it's very similar to physical, so you want to click on new product and then click on digital file, and just fill in the basic information that Wix kind of asks for. So for example, name of the product, so and this can be anything. If it's a video file, if it's a PDF file, anything like that, you just want to type in the name of the product, and then you want to click on upload file. So you can do an image file if it's a particular image that people are looking for, an audio file. This can be in the form of MP3, WAV file. You can see at the bottom, you can see what file formats are supported. With images, it's JPEG, PNG, and GIF. And then you've got the document files as well. If it's a PDF or a PowerPoint or doc, you can see at the bottom what formats are supported, and you can also upload a zip file. This would be good then if it's like a video file, for example. You can put it in a zip file and upload that. In this example, we'll just do the image file or the document file. So if I click on document, it'll look for the files that are already on my computer, or I can upload new files as well. I have a document uploaded already, so you'll just click add to product, and you can see the file is here. So customers will receive links to download their products in the thank you page along with an email. So they can check their file in the email, and they can also email and log in to the Wix membership section and find their file there. And same as before, you would type in the product info. Things like the name, you can add a ribbon as well, you can add a description, you can add images and videos as well to each of them. Maybe, so for example, in this case it's a recipe, so maybe you'll add images of the final result, things like that. And you can add additional info sections as well. And then you would add the pricing as normal. Unlike the previous, unlike adding a physical product, you don't get the option of product variants because it's not usually needed for digital files. So you just have the normal base file, and then you can have the on sale if it's a sale item, and the cost of goods as well. Similar to the physical products, the users aren't going to see the cost of goods. The next thing then is the track inventory and shipping. So for digital files, it's just inventory, as there's no shipping with the digital files. Again, they'll get emailed the digital file link once they've purchased it. So it's just inventory, and you can either set it as in stock or out of stock, or you can give it a direct inventory. This can be good then if you're wanting to run maybe a promotion that says first 50 customers get this product as a digital file. But again, because it is a digital file, then usually inventory isn't something that's applicable for this one. And again, you can choose to show it in online store if it's ready to be purchased, or if not, then uncheck it. And you can add different categories to it as well, whichever one that you want, and you can create categories. The SEO settings are the same, so you just click on SEO settings to add the meta description and the title tag, things like that. And that's really it. So a few differences, but more or less the same thing, and a lot less to do with the digital files. You just need to upload the main file and add in any basic descriptions, and just save. So as you can see, you've got all the products here, and what you can do then is from the dashboard itself, you can hide it from the online store if it's not ready, or you can go into each product. And you can also duplicate existing products. So if there's a product that have very similar, has a very similar product description, things like that, you can duplicate the existing product, and then just edit the duplicate so that it's a different name. It might save some time that way, and sometimes you just have to add in the new product as it is. Sometimes you might have a few products where you need to edit, but it might take too long to go into each product and edit it, go into each product and edit it. What might be easier is if you were to export this product as a Excel sheet, and then you can edit. So for example, if you know the names of the products need to change, if you know the price variant and things like that, all of that need to change, you can edit that on an Excel sheet and then re-upload that Excel sheet. So for example, say I want to change the names of these products, but it's too much hassle to click into each of these products. It's quicker if I had just seen it on a sheet and then just change it there. What I can do is go into the products, make sure all the products that I want to edit is here, and then where it says more actions, what you want to do is click on export, and you want to select all and click export. This will export all of your products as an Excel sheet that I can then open on Google Sheets or Microsoft Excel, whatever Excel sheet that you're using, and it exports as a CSV file, and then I can now open that on my computer. So you can see now I've opened the sheet on my computer, and you can see the different fields that I've had to fill in. So the field name, description, collection, SKU, all of that is information that are on the Excel. We just have to then change the description. So for example, the names of the products, I can, instead of going into each product manually one by one on the Wix dashboard, I can just go into the name column here and just click on each individual product that I know I need to change. I can do the same thing with the description. So if I have all the product names here, I can just easily add in a description for each of them. And you can do the same thing with a few different products fields as well. So like you can add the SKU or change the SKU for certain products. You can change the ribbon or add ribbons. And then you can change the base price on all of them. What you want to make sure is that when you're changing the pricing, that you're changing it as a surcharge. So instead of changing the base price, you're changing the surcharge. So whether that's a surcharge of 5, -2, whatever it is, you're changing it here, or you can change the base price. You can change the inventory and things like that. So, but one thing that you need to make sure that you don't do is change the handle ID. If you were to change the handle ID of a certain product, it doesn't mean it'll change that product. What it'll do is it'll actually create a new product with that ID. So you can change everything else, but just not change the handle ID, because that'll either it'll just create a new product. But once you're happy with everything, what you need to do then is just go into File and Download, and make sure you download it as a CSV again. Wix won't accept any other format. So once it's downloaded as CSV, you can then go back to your Wix dashboard. You can see here, and then under More Actions, then instead of Export, you're going to click Import. And it'll open up the Wix importer. So what you want to do is go into upload your products. So you want to click upload CSV file, and it'll open up the CSV files that you have currently on your computer, and you just want to click on the new one that you've just edited and click on open, and then click continue. And what it'll do is it'll check your file and just make sure you have everything. If there's any issues, it'll come up here in red that there's an issue with a certain product, and it'll tell you what column, what cell is throwing the issue. And if you've added any new products, it'll show you the new products, existing products, things like that, and then it'll import. So it'll import all those products all over again and replace the information with whatever you've done on the Excel sheet. Now that you have the products all set up, the other tabs that come with the store products are the inventory tabs. So in this tab here, you can really see what products you have in store and change the inventory if you need to. You can also edit the product info from there, but you can get a sort of brief on what inventory is left in your products just with the inventory tab. And then you have the category section here, and this used to be called collections. So if on your end you're seeing collections, it's the same thing, collections and categories. But this is essentially the list of all the categories that are currently set up on your site, and you can see exactly how many products are assigned to each category. And you can also see in some of the categories you have the capacity to add a photo. So if you click into one of the categories, you can get onto the category page and you can see exactly what products are in that category. You can also add products directly from here and add any categories to this category as well. And then you can give the category name, and then you can add the category image. This image isn't shown anywhere on the site. This image is just there for whenever you go onto the categories page. You can sort of see the categories easier, especially if you have lots of categories. Instead of having to look and read what each category is, you can just look at the photo and can tell which category it is. So it just makes it easier to navigate basically between all the categories that you may have. You can make new categories from this page as well. Just give it the category name, add the products, add the category name here, and then add an image if it's easier. The next thing then is the orders tab. So within this tab, you can see all the orders that are on that you already have. So these are like completed orders, orders in progress, or orders that have been returned, orders that have failed, things like that. You can always set up an order in here. And these are basically the new tabs that you have. Once you have all of the products added and you've set up all the payment methods, delivery methods, and you've set everything up on the front end, the last thing that you want to make sure then is you have the correct site plan. And once you have the correct site plan, then you can start accepting actual orders on your site and accepting payments as well.